Hi guys, welcome back. This is a very impromptu video. I haven't planned it at all, but I am about to build my next project and I wanted to clear off my table, and I thought that I would just update you on what I've been doing while I do that, before I do that. So, I think the first thing is I finally finished the Nightmare Before Christmas set. So I'll show you that now on the shelf. I think it looks really good where it is. So I've just put it on this bookshelf opposite me, just moved the Viking Village down one. And you can see it fits pretty well. It just kind of hangs off the edge here, but I think that's okay. Eventually I'd really like to set up like a wider Halloween town, like maybe when I do get that second shelf. But at the moment it's just a little display piece there. And at least it helps me fill out these shelves a little bit more. I still need something to put on the top, but I've got lots of unbuilt sets to do that. If you want a really quick review of this set, I can't fault it really. It does have a few stickers, so I guess if you're not into stickers that might put you off. But you know, how many Lego sets these days don't have stickers? It's a fantastic design. The way this one in the centre is done in particular, all the cool angles, is just really neat. Yeah, I guess it's missing a character. It's probably the only negative I could say about it, but otherwise, great design, and yeah. The other thing I wanted to update you about is I made my very first online PAB order. So the main thing I needed to order were half base plates. So you might recall in my previous video that the bookshelf behind me is 4.5 base plates wide by 1.5 base plates deep. So I needed quite a lot of half base plates to help fill that. I could have just cut base plates in half, and that probably would have saved me a bit of money, but they don't really come in the same colours. I mean, the blue does, although apparently that's retiring. I didn't know that. I saw that in a block party video, so if you can confirm that, that'd be great, because I've been hunting and I couldn't find any information about it. So I got 6 of these and then 10 of the dark bluish grey ones. So I'm going to use the dark bluish grey on 2 of the shelves. The very top one, which I haven't got things for yet, but there are a couple of things I want to purchase for it. Yeah, I'm either going to make that like a Rivendell fantasy scene, or pick up the University of Science and put that up there, because that's quite tall, so it's not going to fit in one of the lower shelves. This is going to be the pirate scene, and then yeah, the other shelf is the city one, so it's going to be these ones as well. And then the other idea I had for the city shelf is to put, I mean, obviously I can't put a train, it's going to be too big, but I really want to put the sort of idea of a tram system, because when I eventually can broaden it out into to be like a full city, I want it to be mainly based around public transport rather than cars. I hate our car-centric culture, so I would really love there to be trams in the city, and then maybe like a broader train system. But for now I just got 3 of these straight rails, which would cover the full depth of the shelf, and then eventually I'd like to put a tram on it. So I did hear a rumour, again on Block Party, that they're going to be bringing out a like a seaside tram, I think he said. So that'd be quite cool. I haven't seen any pictures or anything like that, so it depends what it looks like. Otherwise, I'd quite like to create like a Barcelona style tram, like the yellow ones. What's that channel? Brick Crafts. That really, you know, I mean, you'll be familiar with Brick Crafts if you're into Lego. There was a video where he sort of showed himself making a tram, so that would maybe give me some ideas to create my own at some point, but I think that's a long way off. For now, at least I've got the train track just to experiment with. I actually didn't get any parts to, what do you call it? When you're putting the bricks in between to make it sort of inset into the road or the scene. But yeah, we didn't really know what I was looking for, so I just got these for now. I really just wanted to get the base plates. That was my main priority. And then the rest is just to fill out the order to meet the shipping minimum. As you can probably expect, in New Zealand we have quite high shipping costs since we're so far from Europe. It costs, I think, $20 shipping if you order less than $200 worth of stuff from Lego. I think in the US it's like $35, so it's a loud car. So, you know, it's probably quite easy to do lots of bricklink orders because it's quite a low cost really. a low outlay, but here, yeah, $200 is, is quite a lot of money. So I got how much were these? What were they? I think they were like $5 something. Let's say six, yeah, maybe $100 I think on these. Yeah, maybe, and then I think these were, they were like about $5 each as well. So like $115 or something. So I think I had like $85 to make up. So I got some, let me just turn you around. So this is everything I ordered. I got some minifigure parts because I wanted to make a SigFig. I got this head here. So it's just like a smiley face with some freckles. Well, actually that's kind of like, I don't know, a bemused look and then a smiley face. So I thought that was quite neat. Just some jeans and a couple of random tops. I didn't have a hell of a lot of selection, to be honest. And then for a hair piece, I mostly went with this. My hair's not that long at the moment, but it normally is and probably grow out to that. And then I also got this one just to like see if that would work, since I was thinking about cutting my hair. But I think it's just like too light, so we probably won't go with that. Little crossbody bag. And then I just got a wee baby seal, since that was retiring. I think that was only like $1.15 or something. And then on top of that, I picked up these 4x4 plates. That is to go around this Thieves of Tortuga. So this has a lot of round parts, round plates, and I want to try and inlay that into, inlay it into a Mills plate. So to do that, I picked these up so that I could just make the edges straight and better integrate into a Mills plate. And the last thing I got was all of these 1x2 trans blue tiles, again for the pirate area. I'm going to need a lot of those. So I picked that up during double points, so that helps bring the cost down a little bit because I'll get $20 back. I think that's already been credited, but I also picked up the gift with purchase, so I think that's like worth $25. So I think that's like $45 worth of stuff extra on top of the parts. So I mean, it's still very expensive. Like, this does not look like $200 worth of stuff. It also came with this little like gift card thing, and I haven't thrown it out because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to gift anyone Lego. No one else is into Lego around me, but it's just pretty. I don't want to get rid of it. And in case you're wondering, you can see that I have counted everything out. It didn't take too long. I don't have that many parts. Just because on Reddit, like, some people have said that they haven't received their full order, so I just wanted to make sure. And everything came. I actually ended up getting 2 extra of the plates and I think 4 extra of the 1x2 tiles. So yeah, very confident in buying from Lego again. And I think it took a while for them to ship. I think this actually seemed to have come pretty quickly. I think it said that it shipped from Christchurch actually, so I don't know if they've got a warehouse here, or if maybe that's just when it arrived in the country. But that came very quickly and on its own, and then everything else, I think it took at least a week for them to dispatch it, maybe even 2 weeks, but then it took 2 weeks to actually arrive, which is pretty good. That's 10 business days from dispatching, and they say it should take up to 15 days. So yeah, it works out pretty well. The only issue is it's not tracked. So I was a bit worried that they'll just leave it on my front door because I live on a corner and, you know, anyone could just come up and grab it quite easily. It's very open, so, but I do live in a safe neighbourhood. But anyway, I didn't have to worry about it. They came when I was home, so it's fine. Yeah, what else? What happened? Oh, you'll see my next project. This is one I want to clear the table off for because I want to start building to the corner finally. It comes with a green base plate. I'm going to save that for if I do like a park scene or something, just in case it's on the corner, because then I quite like to build up the edges. So if it's a park, then I want it to have like a green base plate and then do like a green edge as well. And I don't know if I'll continue doing the edges, but I did this just so that it looks quite neat if I want to move it anywhere else. At the moment, it's going to go behind the half base plate, so it's going to be blocked. But I guess the edge would be sort of the same, but it'd be along the wall. But if I want to move it in future, I don't want to have to worry about the raw edge showing. So I just raided like all of the grey parts from a bulk old Lego purchase that I made off Facebook a year or two ago. Really, it's not fun. I'm not doing that again. That was so filthy. Like, it took so much to clean. It cost me $100, I think, and I got a lot of Lego. It was a lot of Lego Friends and Harry Potter. So it was like a girls' bunch of random Lego. But yeah, it was just so full of like glitter Play-Doh and food, and ugh, disgusting. So I won't be doing that again. But I did manage to raid enough parts to fill up this Mills plate, except for the 4x4 plate on top. I picked it up from the paywall. So I looked up, and it seems like it's only the back corner that's in green. So yeah, I did it this way: grey edge, grey plate on top, and then just a little green patch. And yeah, so I'm really excited to get that started. And I think that's pretty much all I've been doing. I'm curious to see how you guys feel about the new Pokemon sets, because they come out today, at least when I'm filming this. I'm thinking about getting Eevee because she's quite well done. She's quite cute, and she was always my favourite when I was a kid growing up watching Pokemon. But yeah, Pikachu, Pikachu's face looks a little bit wrong, really. A lot like the Winnie the Pooh set. So yeah, I don't think I'll be getting anything else from the range. But I did think, and I'm not really a huge Pokemon fan either, but I do think Eevee's quite cute. So I'm thinking about picking her up. On a sale, obviously. I'm not one of these people who rush out and buy things on day one. You can see, like, I have such a long backlog to build anyway. I tend to just wait and bulk order when things are on sale, like whenever there's a 20% off sale, which tends to happen a few times a year. I have managed to amass a few more sets into my wish list. You see, we've got Eevee. I think I wasn't initially very impressed with the new like medieval garden that came out, but the more I look at it, it actually does look pretty neat. I think that would integrate really well into a wider scene. I don't know, I might get that, might not. What else? The Japanese cherry blossom artwork, that looks pretty cool too. I really do like the art sets. What else is there? The Back to the Future car. Still waiting on the Wally and Eve set to come on sale. It keeps going out of stock at the warehouse, and it's the cheapest place to buy it, especially when they have 20% off. So I'm waiting for a good deal there, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else on my wish list. So I think that's all I have to share at the moment, really. Everything's sort of slow going. I've been getting quite obsessed with knitting lately. I know last time I said I was learning to sew, and I still am. I've been trying to work on a bodice block though, and I think I'm up to my 15th attempt, and it was doing my head in, so I moved on to knitting. So I've learnt to knit, and I'm knitting a sweater at the moment, so that's actually taking up a lot of my time now too, my spare time. I actually find that knitting gives me the same kind of enjoyment or feel as building Lego sets does. So, you know, when you're building a Lego set, you're maybe watching YouTube at the same time, but you're sort of zoned out, but your hands are moving. It's kind of like a nice, relaxed focus. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Like, it's very zen. And knitting has the same sort of effect for me because you're moving your hands, but your mind is not totally focused either. You can split your focus and watch a video or something at the same time. So yeah, so that's kind of good because that means I can get that same effect with something that's much more affordable, even though yarn's really expensive. It's not as expensive as Lego. So I really want to move more into mock building eventually. So I have my backlog to build, but I do want to start filling in the shelves, coming up with something for these half base plates. In the front of the street scene, I'd really like to kind of do the impression of moving into a park, like a national park, because, you know, museums right by a park, that's a classic in major cities. So I want to try that. I don't know how much I can fit on a half base plate, but we'll make it work. So that's about all I've been doing, really. Finished one set, made an order, starting a new set. That's basically it. Love to hear what you're working on at the moment. Leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.